Hi, everybody. Welcome to Storytime. Today is pre-recorded, and that's all right. I hope you are enjoying all these stories. I am, as always, I'm just excited. I get to see all my new and old friends on here. I get to make new friends. It's just so great. I'm excited about reading this new book today that I got in the mail recently from our friends at the Paperback Exchange up in Newport Richey, Florida. I am so excited. They were great to send me a book or two and some fun goodies. So I'm excited to read this story. I hope that you're all being safe and being kind and taking care of each other in this time that we've had. It's been, a year almost that we've been doing everything online, and that's all right. Are y'all ready to read this book? Are you ready to hear the story? I am. The name of the book is They Call Me Mix, and it is written in English and Spanish by Lourdes Rivas. And I don't read Spanish, so I'm going to read the English part, but I love that it is in English and Spanish. You ready to read this? Let's see what the story is about. I love in the book. Look at that. In the book, it says right here, I support Drag Story Hour. They do. They really, really do. All right, so let's get started. This is dedicated to every student that I ever worked with, from Linwood to San Francisco. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Are you a boy or a girl? How can you be both? Some days I am both. Some days I am neither. Which most days I am everything in between. And that's all Spanish there, so I don't read Spanish, so I can't read that. Maybe we'll have somebody read in Spanish sometime. Before I was born, my mom had two different names. One was going to be Daniel, and one was going to be Lourdes. I would be Daniel, like my Tio. If they decided that I was a boy, I would be boy and Lourdes. Let's read that again. I would be Daniel, like my Tio, if they decided I was a boy, and Lourdes. Like my Tia, if they decided that I was a girl. Both names came from my mom's siblings in Mexico. Lourdes. When I was born, everyone decided and agreed that I was a girl, so they named me Lourdes. So pretty drawings. As a kid, I never felt just a girl. I never felt right knowing everyone was decided and agreeing that I was a girl. And I didn't feel like just a boy. I knew in my heart that I could never choose one or the other. I knew in my heart that I just wanted to be free every day to just be me, without thinking about choosing to be a boy or a girl. That's an interesting feeling, and that feeling is very valid, right? I always felt like a little of both. I wanted people to believe me. I wanted people to celebrate me. I imagined myself like a book. My outside cover told only part of my story. Inside, I was bursting with imagination. Even though I knew, I just didn't still know how to explain to anyone else about myself. So I went on arguing with others what they called me. I went on agreeing with others for whatever they called me. Agreeing with others was like ignoring my heart. Ignoring your heart makes everything very difficult, and you should never ignore your heart. Look at that. Sometimes they just agreed just to make so people didn't question, right? Have you ever noticed how almost everything is divided into boys and girls? And we've talked about this many times. People create categories because it makes the things a little easier. This kind of thinking is called binary. It's one or the other. So we understand binary, right? People thinking that you have to be one or the other. But when it comes to people, especially like me, gender categories like boy and girl make things a little difficult sometimes. What should I do? Where do I even fit in? Where can I fit in? Makes it hard when you don't feel like you can fit in, doesn't it? It's pretty sad for them. Hopefully we can figure this out, right? Here, we are transgender. We are not one or the other. We flow like a river, like water in a river. We are non-binary. We're not just girls. We're not just boys. We're both and everything in between. Everything makes sense. I understand more of who I am. I can share how I feel now. It says this is our community, right? And that's okay. I've read stories before about that, right? You see, I learned it's okay to disagree with everyone who looks at me and says, I am a girl. It's okay to say, I'm not just a girl or I'm not just a boy. I am both and everything in between. Instead of she, you can just say or use my name or say they. Go ahead, try it. Many people understand that my gender is something for only me to decide. They ask what I like to be called, and we learn to use non-binary words. For me, like they, or even just my name. So that's okay to say, what is your name? Oh, your name is Bill, or your name is Sarah, or your name is, I don't know, Jacob, or whatever their name is. And you call them by their name. Or you can say they and them, and that's okay too. And some people cannot understand how it's possible, and they try to disagree and think that I have to decide my own gender. They continue to say that I'm a girl and continue to use she pronouns. Sometimes they even use hurtful words toward me when they disagree in how I feel and what I need. And that's not nice. People do that sometimes, right? Sometimes if they disagree with you, they use hateful words. How about we learn to respect people and call them by the gender that they are and prefer and call them by their name? I stay away and try to ignore them. I stay away and try to remember that they have some learning to do. I stay away and try not to let it bother me so much. I'm good that they're not letting it bother them. Thankfully, I met and made friends with other smarter, talented, and beautiful non-binary people. These people look amazing. I'm glad that they found friends and support, right? We go to get together and have fun things like barbecues, play video games, build bonfires, go camping, go on bike rides, and even watch movies. We make art, we attend protests, create films, take pictures of each other, dance a lot, and cook food together. You know what? They are doing amazing things together, and I wish other people were able to join them and realize that they're okay, that we shouldn't question their feelings. We listen to each other, we believe each other, and we celebrate each other. I grew up and became a teacher. I am a non-binary teacher. I teach my students how to respect all genders, and we practice with each other. I'm sorry, that is so beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So what do we do when things like this happen? We grow up and we teach others and we make a difference in the world. Yep. I teach my students that non-binary people look, dress, and sound all kinds of different ways. I teach my students that it's okay to change and play with words and, use them to fit us. My students learn to call me Mix Lourdes because I am mix. Interesting, right? Now, how hard is that? Just to learn. Oh my goodness, it's amazing. And you can too. You can decide for yourself. If you are feeling in your heart that you don't agree with what people say you are, remember that there are many of us out there to cheer you on. Speak the truth, live your truth. Being transgender is free. Being transgendered is fearless. And being transgendered is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love it. I love it. That is beautiful. Let me read this again. Speak your truth, and live your truth. Being transgendered is free. Being transgendered is fearless. And being transgendered is beautiful. And don't ever forget that. And you know, myself and here at Rose Dynasty, we teach that you are loved and accepted and wanted no matter who you are. Whether you are male, female, non-binary, transgendered, gay, lesbian, straight, or don't even know. We love you and accept you for who you are. Y'all, this is an amazing, amazing book. I love the fact that Lourdes, instead of being hurt because people didn't agree or didn't understand, Lourdes became a teacher and became a person that is an agent of change, what we say, a person that is going out there and making a difference and educating people. And that's what I like to do. I love to educate you all and teach you all how to love and give kindness and just accept everyone for who they are. It's amazing. So in this book, Lourdes shares their journey that being non-binary, what it means. And let's play with words. Not she, not he, they. Not miss, not Mr., mix. I learned something new. What a great book. Thank you so much for my friends over at Paperback Exchange for sending me this book. They call me Mix. A great book to educate and teach on non-binary. We do tend to forget about that sometimes. And that it is okay to be somewhere in between. And you can be you no matter what. This book made me tear up a little bit. I loved it. I hope you liked it too. And I hope you learned a little bit today. If you have any questions about transgender or being non-binary or just being yourself, feel free to reach out to us. Let's talk. Let's get to know you. We would love to help you on your journey and just love you for you. Absolutely. And to know that you are loved, accepted, and wanted just because of who you are. I love you all so much. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for being part of this amazing story and this amazing journey. Be safe, mask up, social distance, and let's change the world, right? Absolutely. I'll see you all really soon. Bye, everybody.